Hey gang, click like, subscribe, and pay attention, because I'm about to review Chuckles from the comic convention.
Top Fun Retro Toys 3D, snap it into the action figure scene like a Kool-Aid man saying, oh yeah, HKG3, AK-47, MP5 SD.
Hey guys, it's John from TopFunRetroToys3D.com, and today we're going to talk about my main man, Chuckles Provost, Philip Chuckles Provost from the San Diego Comic-Con. This was a con exclusive figure. We're going to talk about how I got him, we're going to talk about the packaging, we're going to talk about all the cool accessories. I really like this figure and I'm super excited about it. And as a follow-on, we're going to do Chuckles versus Condor Covert versus Hopper from Stranger Things. So stick around. Alright, first off, normally we talk about the packaging, which I don't know if people like that or not, but the packaging for this particular product is very unique, and I think it's actually it's worth a discussion. Move the figure aside and we'll talk about what we got going on here. So first of all, we'll address how I got hold of this thing. It was a San Diego Comic-Con convention exclusive, only available at the time from the San Diego Comic-Con, so I paid some dude on eBay like 40 bucks for the code. Some dude stood in line, sold a bunch of codes, I bought one, whatever, like I wanted the figure, so I didn't realize that they would then just release them to the public. But at any rate, I'm happy with the figure. It makes for an interesting story. I'm not beyond, you know, paying on eBay for stuff, so whatever. But the packaging is really neat. Take a look at that. It is well beyond anything Hasbro, I think, has done. All of the graphics are raised. It's like a really fancy business card. Even on the back, like you can feel a wax raised texture. It's really neat how it looks like this transponder radio. Chuckles is given the peace out symbol to Baroness and the twins as he steals their files. I love the face. We'll talk about that as well. But let's finish up with the box. So he's stealing some Cobra files. It looks like a transponder type radio. We'll open this up, and inside we see a really cool story. So the packaging tells a story about how our main man Chuckles here broke into the Cobra Club and stole the files, beat up some bats, got a little beat up on the way out, but eventually got what he came for. And then we see our main man here in presumably Miami Beach or something, maybe somewhere in Cuba, who knows. But he's hanging out, he's got some gold bars, he's got the files, he's like super happy just being his goofy Chuckles self. So interestingly enough, and again, Hasbro, these do not come with you know, a cardboard file for their backstory, but Chuckles is an interesting cat. He is his background is in intelligence, so I have, you know, an affinity, I guess a commonality with that, and also military policing. So maybe like CID, like Criminal Investigative Division. So he's like an investigator type dude with an intel background. So you know, maybe it makes sense he has some surreptitious entry skills. The backstory isn't, it makes sense. Now, Provost, his last name is short for Provost Marshal. A Provost Marshal is the basically the director, the dude in charge of military police on a given camp or installation. So in the Marine Corps, PMO, Provost Marshal's office, the military police fall under the Provost Marshal, and he's like the chief of police. So, you know, he's got it in his name. I wore my best Chuckles shirt for this occasion. I've had this shirt for probably 10 years now, but it really looks a lot like what our dude's wearing here. It's got the blue, it's got the pink hibiscus, it's got some green. I'm a Hawaiian shirt aficionado, so I really like the fact that he's sporting my my style. All right, so now that we talked about the packaging, let's take a look at what was inside. All right, so the figure came in this, you know, sort of unique hibiscus and tropical leaf little carry thing, whatever. It's neat, I suppose. The accessories came in. This could almost be like a Malibu Barbie, but it's neat that they tailored it specifically to the character. And then the accessory box, it was Extensive Enterprises, and it looks like a suitcase from Cobra. So that's kind of cool. For a comic exclusive, I'll probably keep the packaging, you know, for, you know, whatever. But that was pretty cool. Now this guy comes with 2 heads, and I really like the beat up black eye, missing tooth. It's worth mentioning on the packaging itself. It shows him with a chipped front tooth, so that's pretty cool. And I must confess, I probably showed up back to the barracks back in my infantry days a time or two looking exactly like that dude. So I have a great affinity for this character. I think he's super awesome, and he comes with a lot of cool accessories. So first off, he's holding the files that he stole. It would have been cool to see like maybe a secret or top secret, you know, caveat stamped on top of that, but nonetheless you see a picture of a Cobra bat, a bunch of other things. So he was there to collect some information of intelligence value, and he certainly did, getting beat up in the process. I really like the beat up head, because the other head, it's not as cartoonish. It's a bit cartoonish, but I really think the beat up head is pretty cool. So as we can see here, I already got him outfitted with a couple accessories. He's got his files. He has these little headphones. He actually comes with a Walkman. We'll show that later. And his pistola is a pretty clear and faithful, come on, faithful recreation of a 1911. I mean, that's a 1911 plain as day. It's not the same as the Spirit one, which has eagle feathers etched into it, or the Shipwreck one, which has some sea sailor anchors and chiefly things etched into it. Hopefully you can see that. It's focusing, I hope. If not, I'll post different pictures of it, but we'll see what it looks like post-production. And he's got his Hawaiian lei, so he's definitely came to party. This reminds me what's his name, from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. When I see that face, that's sort of what I think of. He's got a gold watch, digital gold watch, and as you've probably seen other videos, I sport the Casio 1980 style cheapo $30 Amazon watch, or watch that I got off Amazon. So I really like those accessories. He comes with some other things, and we will talk about that. So he's got his briefcase here, and it's scarred up. It's been beat up. I like the attention to detail. In addition to the leather scarring, it's got some other scratches and scrapes. And you open it up, it's got, you know, some attention to detail on the inside. That's pretty cool. His files can go in there. And truth be told, the accessories, they don't stay on that well. This was rated for, like, not for children 3 and below, but I think it's time that Hasbro come to terms with the fact that little kids probably aren't buying these things. Like, these things are probably not given to small children. It's like grown-ass men that are buying these things to sort of relive their childhood. But I am using a Valaverse Action Force stand. Hasbro includes some stands. So this dude comes with his hands ready to grip files and pistols and rifles, but he also comes with a couple other hands, and we'll show those off. These are some brass knuckles, you know, for when he gets involved in fisticuffs. And speaking of cuffs, he comes with some little handcuffs here, right? And it's interesting because that is a dual tone, so the chain has sort of metallic shine to it. And then he comes with handcuffs with like a broken chain. And being that he's skilled in surreptitious entry, probably been to Seer school, he could probably pick the lock himself. So maybe it would have been cool to come with one that was undone. But, you know, whatever. He comes with a knife, which is like kind of meh. You know, it's cool. It's metallic dual tone. I don't know. I don't think it's a recreation of someone else's. Not a recreation, but just a redo of another figure's knife sheath. I don't know which came first, but the knife goes in there pretty nicely. And then he's got some sunglasses, some shades. And these are cool because it's almost like a rosé pink tone. And like I said, you know, they don't stay on that well. I'll try to put them on here and, you know, get them to stick, but I could probably sit here for like 20 minutes and you could watch me try to put these things on. They keep falling off. It's kind of cool, but you know, kind of sucks. So they don't stick on very well. His headphones do because they're shaped, you know, that way, but they still, you know, move around. Whatever. He comes with a Walkman. So he's got a cool little Walkman, and this will clip in on his utility belt. All right, that's kind of cool. And then he comes with some binos for creeping and peeping. And those will clip in right here on the back. There we go, almost. Yeah, again, they don't go in that well. You really have to, it really takes some finesse to get these, you know, little accessories to sort of kind of click in place, and if he moves, you know, there's a pretty good chance they're going to fall out or fall off. Maybe not. Maybe we'll keep him like that. We'll show him off with his stand up straight, buddy. I think that little Chuckles is probably what you would call a libo risk. This dude likes to party. I think like in the original Aura, he was like substantially older and still a sergeant in E5. So there we go. He's got his gun. 1911. He's looking sharp. You know, I like the belt. You know, if we're gonna be super critical, like my dude's still wearing combat boots, like, and he's got Molly gear on his belt, so he does not necessarily look like he's gonna blend in as a tourist. He just looks like, you know, some tactical dude who threw a Hawaiian shirt on. But overall, I'm very pleased with this figure. I don't regret spending the extra couple bucks to ensure that I would get him. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, character figure thus far in the classified line. I really dig the fact that it came with the two heads. I think that's super neat. They're very well sculpted. It's got the brass knuckle hands, the gold watch, a lot of really fun details, even though the accessories don't fit on that well. You know, I suppose you could make it work if you really wanted to stick. You could maybe put a little glue on there or something. But overall, I think it's a fantastic figure. If you take a look at the files, you see it's almost paper clipped in there. And these are pretty cool. It goes in his briefcase. You know, he can close up the briefcase, maybe carry that around. It might be kind of hard for him to grip, but we won't spend too much time on that. But yes, I'm very pleased with the figure. I think it's awesome. Great addition to the line. And I can't wait to see what this dude looks like next to his counterpart Condor and then Hopper from Stranger Things. So subscribe and you'll see when that video pops up. Super excited to see these guys all lined up together. Thanks for watching. Hey guys. Chuckles. What's his name?